Not every city is created equal, and we're living in the times that most would call uncharted waters. Now, some sports leagues in college around the country, like the Big Ten, have canceled fall sports, while at the same time, high schools and other college leagues are fighting to give their athletes an opportunity to play during this time of COVID-19. Today, I'm joined by Athletic Director of Bishop McLaughlin Catholic High School, Rex Desvaristes, to talk about the process of safely allowing kids to play sports. Rex, thank you so much for joining us today. Now, under your leadership, Bishop McLaughlin Athletics has really thrived academically. All right, and the school ranks #1 in Pasco schools with an overall graduation rate of 100% of all sports. I say that again, 100% graduation rate of all sports. Kind of tell me how that process has been, and why are you guys so high on academic?
Yeah, first of all, Michael, thank you so much for inviting us out here. It's a great set. Your set is amazing. Thank you again. But it starts with our principal. You know, we have a great administration team there. They've put in a lot of work, dedication to build a solid academic program. And I've been fortunate to be in a great place like Bishop McLaughlin, and now we're excelling. So it starts with our administration.
Well, speaking of administration, you've made some impressive coaching hiring over these years that you've been there. Tell me a little bit about those great additions to your sports program.
Of course. So my vision is having a professional organization, and we've hired professional coaches. My assistant athletic director and head basketball coach, Derek Sharp, he played overseas and coached overseas. Our head football coach, Kenny Stills, he coached at IMG Academy, which is a high-end high school department here. And it's fortunate for us to get, those great coaches hires here.
Talk a little bit about COVID-19. It has impacted the country. How has it impacted sports at Bishop McLaughlin?
It's impacted us a lot. The biggest thing for me, we didn't know what to expect. Sports in 2019, we really took a hit. I remember when baseball was going on and got a phone call from the administration, and they told me, hey, the next day, all sports is not going to happen, right? And it's a big hit for us. But overall, I've taken it as an opportunity to build our programs and grow our programs. But for the kids, it's been a big hit. I know a lot of them, especially some of our student athletes, they want to play. They want to get out there. And for us, it's really putting the systems in place, like, making sure we're following the CDC guidelines, making sure we're following the state guidelines, and following what the St. Pete Diocese wants us to do.
How, in that note, how do you think that COVID-19 will affect the future of sports?
Well, I think the biggest thing is fan experience, right? I know you play professionally, and for us, it's about the fans. And for me, it's about the fan experience and the parents coming to watch the game. I think that's going to take away a little bit of the experience in the future of sports because of, our student athletes. They thrive off that. As a director of athletics at a high school level, I thrive off, the fan and the fan experience. So not having that, I think in the future is going to be tough.
We talk about the academics and sports collectively, but what makes the sports programs so special at Bishop?
It's like I said, the academics, like you mentioned earlier, and the student athlete experience for us. For me, it's about the students and the student athlete experience, getting our athletes out there, giving them the exposure that they need. Also giving them, that value that they wouldn't get at a normal public school. And that's what our private school offers. We offer that family-like atmosphere, and that's what we have to offer.
We talk about how COVID-19 has impacted the country and sports programs across our country, but you guys are trying to put together safely what the NBA has done, created a bubble so that they can safely play. And you have a basketball tournament coming up in October. Tell us a little bit about that.
Correct. So it's exciting times, being a director of athletics and also venturing off and open up new opportunities. So we started the Sunshine State bubble. It's going to give the student athletes in the high school level and an opportunity to play in good territories following those CDC guidelines. So they would quarantine like they do in the NBA, and then they would have their games from Tuesday to Friday. So the event is October 10th through the 16th, and it's going to be at the RP Funding Center in Lakeland. So we're excited about that. We're working on a few the partnerships that we have with Gatorade and the different partnerships we have with those organizations. So we're excited about that big event.
Well, most importantly, I think that the seniors are really excited about having an opportunity to play, because worldwide seniors are being highly impacted on what schools they can go to. So when people hear about having 100% graduation rates for all of your sports, that raises the antennas for all parents. And I want to make sure parents have the information about your school and your athletic program in case they're interested in sending their kids to come get your type of leadership.
So they could follow our social media sites, Bishop McLaughlin Athletics on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And they also can access our website if they're interested in coming to Bishop McLaughlin, bishopmclaughlin.com. And if they're interested in just looking at the vision of the athletic program, they can go to www.bishopmclaughlinathletix.com.
Now, I want to talk about, and I went to private school, and there are a lot of misconceptions about attending a private school. That you have to be Catholic for once, to attend those schools. So I want to kind of address some of those things that many kids have to experience, or questions that may be asked by parents. Do you have to be Catholic to attend the Catholic school?
Great question. I think the biggest thing is having that faith, right? The faith in God. I think the biggest thing for us is we create that family environment, right? And the Catholic education is a great education, but it's bigger than that for us. And for me, it's about the student athlete experience and that connection that our teachers have with our students and our student athletes. So the kids spiritually, they have a great faith at that school, and that's what we have to offer. So a lot of people on the outside, they see it as a misconception. I see it as an opportunity to create an environment culturally where our student athletes are getting that experience.
One of the other misconceptions, or people who don't have all of the knowledge, is that when they look at private schools, they may say, I can't afford that. And they may not know resources available to put themselves and their children in a position to get a great education from a private school. Talk about some of those financial assistance programs that may be available, if any.
Correct. We have Step Up for Students in AAA. There are different financial aids that we have to offer at the school, but our missions department and our financial aid department does a great job controlling all that. And we're open. We're flexible to giving these kids an opportunity to enjoy that experience. So we have different variables that we have to offer here at Bishop McLaughlin.
One of the last misconceptions that I really faced, and I say I went to private school and played 8 years in the NFL, but a lot of people think that going to private schools are not as competitive as some public schools. But just kind of speak to that and how that's just 100% wrong.
100% wrong. We're excited about all our programs. Our volleyball program is one of the best in the state. Our basketball program, we have 2 of the top players in the country. Our football program is headed by a great coach who's come from the NFL. So that's a big misconception that you guys have, but our school, we have one of the best programs. And I forgot to mention our baseball program, right? Nate Pearson, he's in the major leagues now. So overall, holistically, our athletic department, especially at our private schools, is probably one of the best in the country.
Rex, thank you for your efforts in allowing our kids an opportunity to shine in this pandemic, and thank you for your service and what you do for our young people.
No worries, Michael. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you and appreciate what you guys are doing. Thank you so much.